Hello everyone, welcome to our Mezze project channel. Today's dish is İmam Bayıldı, which is stuffed eggplants. This dish is one of the cornerstones of Turkish cuisine. It's a kind of dish that we all Turkish people grow up with. Let's take a look at our ingredients for İmam Bayıldı. Eggplant, onion, garlic, green pepper, tomatoes, olive oil, salt and black pepper, sugar, and to garnish with some parsley. I begin with the eggplants. I'm going to fry them as a whole. So I start to heat some olive oil on my pan. Normally, eggplants for this dish deep fried, but today I want to show you a little bit more like a house version of it. So I'm going to shallow fry them. Now I'm going to peel my eggplants. I'm not going to peel off all skin. I'm gonna peel like the half of it. So in this way, we'll be able to keep the nice taste of the skin. At the same time, it's not gonna be something very chewy. Also, I want to peel off some of the green parts by using my peeler. In any type of frying process, it's very important to wait until your oil is hot enough, because if you start with a cold oil, your vegetable or meat is going to absorb the oil and you won't be able to achieve that nice crust on the exterior of your vegetable. Now I think our oil is ready. I'm going to place all my eggplants in the oil. I used 4 medium-sized eggplants for my dish, and I'm going to fry them until all the sides are nicely colored. Now my eggplants are ready. I want to place them on some paper towel because I want to drain the extra oil on the surface. Let's start to make our filling for our stuffed eggplant. As always, I'm going to use some olive oil. My pan is already hot. Now I can add my onions. I use like 3 medium-sized julienne onions for this recipe. You may think it's too much to use 3 onions for 4 eggplants, but don't think like that. As I said, this is a eggplant and onion based dish, and this amount will be reduced by half. While I sweat my onions, I'm going to start to slice my garlics to add for my filling. I'm going to slice them into thin slices. Like most of the other dishes which are made with the olive oil, this dish also contains lots of garlic, as you can see. Now I'm going to sweat them all together until they are fully cooked. And during that, I can cut my peppers. I'm going to use thin green peppers, so I'm not going to de-seed them. I'm just going to cut them diagonally like this. But if you prefer to use some bigger pepper varieties, don't forget to take out the seeds. Otherwise, it's going to be really bothering on the dish. Cut my tomatoes for my filling. I'm going to use 2 middle-sized tomatoes. I'm going to cut them into medium-sized pieces after taking off this green part. You don't need to worry so much about the shape of the tomatoes for this dish, because we're gonna cook them with the other ingredients for our filling, and when they start to cook, they're gonna start to melt, so you don't need to worry so much. I want to season my filling. I'm gonna add some salt and black pepper and some sugar as well. The onion is almost ready, so I can also add my tomatoes. So this will create some humidity in our filling, but don't worry about it. Next, I'm going to place this on a strainer to drain some part of the juice. I'll gently press, not so much. It's ready. Now I can start to work on my eggplants, and I'm going to cut them all the way down. I'm not going to cut this bottom part because I want to keep my eggplant as a whole piece. Add some more salt. I want to place some parsley stems on the bottom of my pan. This will give some extra flavor to our dish, and additionally this will prevent our eggplants to stick on the bottom of the pan. And then I'll place my eggplants. And now I can fill them. Finally, I start to fill my eggplants. I also want to use this liquid. It's very tasty. Finally, I'm going to add some hot water. You don't need to add so much. Now we can cover our pot and we're gonna cook this stuffed eggplant dish for around 20 minutes on low heat. Now our stuffed eggplant is ready. I'm going to take it in a serving plate. Just try to be careful. There you go. It is best to serve this dish in room temperature, so before I serve it, I'm gonna wait until it cools down. To garnish with, I'm going to use some parsley, and then I sprinkle on my stuffed eggplants. And finally, I also want to use some fresh olive oil, just a few drops. And that's it, stuffed eggplant. I hope you liked our video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you did, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you did, please don't forget to subscribe our channel. Subscribe. Enjoy.